As the president has pushed Congress for approval to strike Syria, it became clear that he may become the first American president in history to have war-making authority denied if Congress votes no. The outcome? Congress delays a vote as Russia emerges on top, all for the president to avoid being personally embarrassed, perhaps. Joining us right now is Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Tell me it's not about ego.
You know, presidents speak two ways. They speak as the head of state, and they speak as a candidate wanting re-election. So a year ago, last August in 2012, speaking as a candidate who wanted re-election, worrying that Mitt Romney was creeping up in the polls, the president decides, I'm going to sound tough. What am I going to do about Syria? If they use chemical weapons, that's a red line, and we're going to get involved.
Right.
He wasn't speaking as the commander-in-chief. He wasn't speaking as the head of the executive branch of the federal government. But he also was visited with a problem a year later when it became apparent that somebody, either the rebels pretending to be the government or the government itself, used these chemical weapons. What is he going to do? Mr. President, do you really want Americans to be involved in a war where we have no interest in the outcome, where our freedom and our security is not affected one iota by what happens over there? You can't go around being the world's policeman because under the treaties we've signed and the international law to which we've subscribed, if we are not affected, freedom or safety, by the war, we have no legal right to become involved.
Excellent point. Right now, John Kerry is trying to work things out with the foreign minister of the former Soviet Union, of Russia, over in Europe somewhere. And what they're doing is they're trying to figure out whether or not that ad-libbed gaffe line that Kerry came up with a couple of days ago.
That's the one that he made when he hadn't had sleep in about 47 hours.
I saw that in the op-ed that you've got in the Washington Times today. That's the lead paragraph, and it's an excellent article. But what you talk a little bit about is the fact that here we are backed into a situation now where we're going to have to trust the Russians. You know, and in fact, there's a White House official who says it's going to be up to Russia to make sure that this deal is done effectively. The Russians are playing us like a film.
Well, look at the bitter irony here. Vladimir Putin is a trained killer, murderer, and torturer as a former KGB agent. Barack Obama is a trained lawyer, scholar, and expert in the Constitution, and he wins the Nobel Peace Prize.
Right.
Now, which of the two of them this week sounds like a Nobel Peace Laureate, and which of the two of them sounds like a thug who wants to kill?
It's Putin's week. He's the winner.
It's not even a close call. As Ollie North just so articulately told Brian a few minutes ago, this is going to have long-term effects in the diplomatic community and in relations in the Middle East. And the Russians right now are dominant because the president is incompetent.
Well, real quickly, if Kerry and the foreign minister can't work things out, then we're back to ground zero.
And he's going to lose that vote in the Congress. That's the only reason they delayed the vote, because he doesn't want to be the first American president to have a request for war-making power turned down, even by large numbers of members of his own party.
And that's exactly where we started. So
this is going to keep going on, Steve.
I think you're right. All right. Good thing we've got you on retainer.
It's a pleasure.
Judge Andrew Napolitano, thank you.